Alright, day 12. We went to Bath yesterday. That was fun. So we got dropped off right by the Royal Crescent. It's like a really old building. So it's just an old building that was designed like just to attract people to Bath. So it's really cool looking. I didn't go inside, but it's really cool looking. From there we went to the sun. It's called the Crescent. Well, it's called the Circus, but it's shaped like a sun. But that's really neat looking, just because of the fact that every time you come in from one road, all you see is building. It's like that on all three sides. There are 3 roads that go through it. That's a really clever design. It's supposed to make you feel like you're in like an exclusive area, and it really did. I definitely felt like I was like in an exclusive area. So from there, we actually walked through the town a little bit, and then we got to the Roman baths. Those are cool. They're 2,000 plus years old, and yet they are still here for people to walk around in. Not to swim in, because the water is absolutely gross, but then you actually have like the bath itself, and then you've got the hot spring where it bubbles up from deep down in the Earth's crust. And when you go into the museum, there's this one little area where you can see it's coming like from the spring down into this little waterfall area, and it's still really hot, and you can feel the heat emanating off of it. Like when you can just stand there and feel the waterfall, like the mist from the waterfall. It's really warm and it feels nice. Like you could definitely see yourself like if the water was clean, I could totally see a whole bunch of people like just being like hot spring, big old hot tub. So then there's actually a bit upstairs in the museum where you can actually drink some of the spring water, and I didn't like it. It tasted really, really weird. So I'm like, nah, I'm not a fan of this. So I didn't end up liking the spring water. I expected to like it. I didn't really like it that much.
I feel like my post with my mother's did.
But
Your post with your mother did.
Unfortunately. So I did try a bath bun. Nathaniel shared a piece of his bath bun with me, and it was okay. It was good. I'm not a huge fan of sweet stuff, so it's probably why I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. Well, I didn't know what to expect about the bath bun. But yeah. So then we went from there we had a little bit of time to walk around the bath before we had to go to the Jane Austen Center. So we pretty much just learned quite a bit about Jane Austen, her family, and about her life and whatnot. So we walked through the little museum. It showed like a lot of the cultural stuff from the early 1800s, some of the fashion. They actually showed some of the perfume that they wear. They had like rose flavor, they had rose scented, citrus, and lavender. There were 3 different scents. And me personally, I like the lavender myself because I love the smell of lavender. And it's interesting that the women back then actually made their own perfumes. Like they would do it all the time. So that's really interesting. And then we got to see some of the fashion. And they actually made a wax reconstruction of Jane herself. And I'm taller than her by like an inch or a half inch. So that's cool. It's cool that back then she was considered tall, because back then apparently people weren't very tall, especially the women. So for her to be that tall is actually pretty cool. So, there was this guy out front of the Jane Austen Center. He's been working there for years, but oh man, he was so hilarious. He was a real show. He was a treat. He and Nathaniel hit it off instantly. It was hilarious. But
I was talking to them.
after that, we had just a little bit of free time, wander around. So I went with Emma, Wisteria, and Rachel back down into the little shopping area. I got myself a really pretty new ring. It actually fits on my pinky, so I've been looking for a ring that's that size because I just needed one that size. So I got that. It was literally only £3. I was like, yes, score! £3 ring! I just hope it doesn't tarnish really fast, because typically rings that cheap tarnish easily, so I really hope it doesn't do that. So we went to a cookie place, and I got a milkshake, and it was actually really good. It was a vanilla milkshake, so it was really yummy. It was made with the gelato. So then after that, we walked back up through the park, back up to where the Royal Crescent was, to head back to Swindon. So when we got back,
There's many smart people at Oxford.
and some of them went to Tesco to get food for tomorrow morning, and I was video chatting with my mom. My roommates clogged their toilet. Yeah, they clogged the toilet, and they left me behind to wait for I wasn't gonna go anyway, but they left me to wait for the person to come unclog the toilet. And of course, as soon as she got there, I was like, yeah, my roommates clogged the toilet, and then we joked about it. We joked about it. So she knew it wasn't me, because I haven't done that. So then we came back. We actually had like a really meaningful conversation when they got back. And then Lauren, Hannah, and Kylie Tuckman came into our room, and we all started watching Pride and Prejudice. I didn't know the movie was that long. It's like 3 hours, I think. So I'm like, okay. We stopped watching it with like an hour left, because it was like 10:30 and we needed to go to sleep. So today we are off to Oxford. That will be the next vlog. So I'll see you later tonight.